So as you can see, we back again, guys, in Atlanta with the #1 black U.S. home wrecker in American and Georgia history, Fani Willis. So we're going to get straight to it because we have no time to waste. Look at her wearing that American flag around her. By the way, shop AmericanMadeLLC.net. That's AmericanMadeLLC.net.
Where you lay your head? Do they take you to and from where you lay your head?
99% of the time.
Would they take Mr. Wade to and from wherever you laid your head?
That has never in the history of ever happened, ever, okay?
Your security team has never taken him?
From my house? That's a lie.
That's another. If they've ever taken him anywhere.
And I'm telling you that that's never happened.
So your security team has never taken Mr. Wade
My security team has never taken Mr. Wade from any place where I have lived and brought him here. Never. Not once. Not ever.
Have they ever taken the two of you together?
To where?
Anywhere.
Well, we've left this building and gone to lunch, but I go to lunch so rarely that is a very rare occasion, I am sure. And let me be clear, it wouldn't just be Mr. Wade. So I'm sure my security team has taken me to lunch. Probably been a time I've left here 7 o'clock, gone to get something to eat, and I don't even know that they would have taken him or if he would have driven himself, but they've taken me to do that. But we're talking very few, very far in between. Most days I don't even eat lunch, and when I do, it's because my assistant has heated up some bag, something, and I eat through meetings and eat in my office. It's not a practice of mine to go to lunch.
During the time period that you were dating, would your security team ever take you two together anywhere?
No.
Never?
If there was a lunch that occurred that I just described, if there was a meal that occurred that I just described, anything outside of that, and it needs to be very clear, not often, once, twice, because I want to be over-inclusive, I'm saying once or twice. I'm not certain that it happened, but I'd rather be over-inclusive with you.
So your office objected to us getting Delta records for flights that you may have taken with Mr. Wade.
Well, no, look. I object to you getting records. You've been intrusive into people's personal lives. You're confused. You think I'm on trial. These people are on trial for trying to steal an election in 2020. I'm not on trial, no matter how hard you try to put me on trial.
So my question was, do you have any problem?
I object to getting any personal records of mine.
We're not dealing with privilege through a witness.
And I'm not, no, I'm not dealing with privilege. What we had offered to put them in camera for the court to review, and I just want to know if she has any
That's
problem.
not something you deal with a witness.
She ready to fight, y'all. ATL Georgia.
Okay.
ATL
You have to
Georgia.
file as part of your job something called an income and financial disclosure report, correct?
That's
Goddamn,
correct.
Karen,
And you
that's what
filed
she
your
think.
first one. So you filed 2 to date? Is that right?
Is it 2 or 3? I probably would have filed 21, 22, and maybe I haven't filed 23 yet, because isn't it due like...
So I'm assuming this is a deposition, I guess, or some type of trial or some type of hearing, right? But this is Trump lawyers, right? So Trump lawyers is on her ass.
June of the next year?
April, I believe. So you filed, let's see, you filed your first one, it looks like April 15th, 2022, and your second one, April 17th, 2023. Does that sound familiar?
That I don't remember the dates, but you're an officer of the
that,
court.
that nigga Trump put top dog lawyers on my black queen sister right here. And that's kind of I'm not a fan of how the quality of that video. So let's go to this one, guys. All in together, Fani Willis. Fani, you gave up that box. Fani gave up that box to a Mary.
F-A-N-I. Last name is Willis.
Fani Vagina Willis.
There were people I was pacing in my office.
Okay.
And I heard someone yell, "His testimony is done." It only made sense to me that I would be your next witness. And I've been very anxious to have this conversation with you today. So I ran to the courtroom.
Ooh.
So as soon as you heard that Mr. Wade was done testifying, that's when you just assumed you would be the next witness?
It only makes sense.
Did you listen to any of the testimony?
I've been in my office pacing, ma'am.
Did you listen to any of the arguments?
I did hear the arguments this morning. It's ridiculous to me that you lied on Monday, and yet here we still are. And I did listen to that argument.
All right, so that was it, just the argument, no testimony.
Right, I listened to the argument this morning where Adam Abadi, I thought, did an excellent job pointing out how dishonest you were with the court on Monday. And I'm actually surprised that the hearing continued, but since it did, here I am.
Great. So let's just talk about what you did in preparation for today. Did you meet with Mr. Wade at all? Once the motion was filed, did you meet with Mr. Wade and talk to him about the motion that I filed to disqualify you?
On this first January motion?
Yes.
I don't know if you could say talked about. I probably had some choice words about some of the things that you said that were dishonest within this motion. So I don't know that it was a conversation. As you know, Mr. Wade is a Southern gentleman. Me, not so much.
Okay, but my question was, did you have a conversation with
I didn't
him?
have a substantive conversation.
You did not.
I read this motion, skimmed it more so.
This bullshit
and,
motion.
I've probably said some choice things to him about.
Hey, Fani. Goddamn racist, Fani, you up there disrespecting Barbie up there. How dare she disrespect Barbie? So listen, black women, this is what you call HBCU against Harvard grad alumni. And I don't know Miss Fani Willis education history, but I do know right now this is very entertaining to see two legal lawyer giants. One's a home wrecker, one is a white woman, possibly home wrecker, that we see battling and using their knowledge of law to have this is what you call a law cat fight. So in other words, if I was a professor in school, I'll say, you stand up, Fani, you Barbie, get over there and go at it.
Some of the lies they were told.
Okay.
And then printed in the media because, we used to be in a day and time where you had 60 Minutes and people did stories and they verified information and you had this great reporting. But it seems today that a lawyer writes a lie and then it's printed for all of the world to see.
Well, I just want to make sure that you answer the question I asked, though. So my question was,
Overruled, Mr. Abadi.
I told you what happened. I read the motion. I am sure I told him what my opinion of it is.
Okay.
And past that, we had no substantive conversation.
you did not. Okay.
Is there something you didn't understand?
No, I just wanted to make sure that
Okay.
you did not have a meeting with him in the conference room to discuss
Fani,
more.
woo! Oh shit. Oh shit. Yeah, I wasn't gonna do this video, man. Sometimes I wasn't gonna do it. But Fani's feisty. You old feisty thing, Fani. Oh shit, Fani. She letting her know. You know what she really saying? Ain't no damn whitey gonna sit up here and tell me what to do. But Fani, you should have thought about that before you went at Uncle Donnie D. Donald J. Trump, Mr. Make America Great Again. You thought you was going to be the next Kamala. We already have Kamala up there, sister girl, home wrecker.
So in the
finger
conference
pointing.
room
Hey,
of my office, within this week,
whenever a
he
black
produced
woman
some financial documents.
whenever a black woman point a finger, get the fuck out the way, ladies and gentlemen.
That financial document.
Oh, look how
was given to me
Bobby's
some
looking at her. I
thing that
dare
I'm not
you.
even sure was
Okay,
given
okay,
to
nigga.
him by me or Mr. Abadi.
Look at the
gave
fake
it to
smile.
me.
I hear you, bitch.
And I think he showed me.
I'm getting
a
paid
document.
6 figures to question your ass. Just know that, Fani. That stuff that $1 million you guys allegedly stole, I'm getting paid 6 figures. And you know what makes it even fucked up? That she was having an entanglement with one of the DAs on the Donald J. Trump election fraud case. The only fraud that was going on was you frauding that good black woman, which was your boyfriend's wife. The only one that got scammed and frauded was her heart. Because of you, Fani. How dare you? And you got the nerve to sit up there and accuse a young thug.
In our conference room. But as far as a substantive conversation, I don't believe I've had any conversation with him that is substantive related to this.
Okay.
I have had conversations with him since you filed the motion, but they wouldn't be substantive to this. He's sent me very nice sermons that have been done. And so we've had conversations about, did you listen to that sermon? You know, things of that
Yeah,
nature.
right.
And I would say they were in relationship to this because I think he did it to be kind.
Okay. Let's start back in 2019.
Yeah.
So you and Mr. Wade met in October 2019 at a conference?
That is correct. And I think in one of your motions you tried to implicate I slept with him at that conference, which I find to be extremely offensive. I stayed at that conference. Mr. Wade was my teacher. I did not meet him when he taught the class. I was standing outside talking to Lisa Reeves, who is a judge. Me and her were just having a conversation. Mr. Wade walks up. I think they hug each other. They have some brief conversation. She introduces us.
Your Honor, I'm going to object. We kind of thought that when you asked a question, you can answer the question, not a speech, so I object to the speech.
I
I
agree,
believe I'm
Judge.
able to explain my answers.
I believe she's able to explain her answers.
And that's,
That's Ms. Merchant. That's okay. I can handle it. Ms. Willis, I'll ask you just listen to the answer, or excuse me, the question, and keep the answers confined to the question as best you can. I think you'll have more than enough ample opportunity on when the state is
Well,
able
it's
to ask
highly offensive when
follow-ups.
someone lies on you, and it's highly offensive when they try
Judge.
to implicate that you slept with somebody the first day you met with them, and I take exception to it.
All right. Well, Ms. Willis, she'll have
Oh,
the opportunity to explain all of that when it's the state's turn to ask more open-ended questions.
Yeah.
Ms. Merchant.
thank you, Judge. So again, my question was, you all met at that conference though, right?
We did the
Okay.
meeting. He, as I stated, he taught the class. I did not actually meet him when he taught the class. I walked out of the class, and I'm not sure if it was that exact class or we had went to lunch, but we were standing in the vestibule, like outside of the class. Me and Judge Reeves were having a conversation. She had worked at a law firm I worked at back in 1996.
We're getting way afar. I mean, I don't mind her explaining her answers, but I literally just asked if they met at that
She's
conference.
explaining how she met
Ooh.
Mr. Wade, which was exactly the question asked by Ms. Merchant.
It was-
These answers are more than appropriate.
Ms. Merchant, if you want more concise answers, perhaps you could lead the witness.
I will. Thank you, Judge. Isn't it true that you met Mr. Wade October 2019
I'm
at
gonna
a judge's
He
conference?
hasn't gotten to the point where Ms. Willis should be treated also in this situation.
I think we
And
have.
I'm very
Mr.
much
Willis.
want to be here, so I'm not a hostile witness. I very much want to be
Not
here.
so much that you're hostile, Ms. Willis, it'd be an adverse witness. Your interests are opposed to Ms. Merchant's.
Thank you.
Merchants' interests are contrary to democracy, Your Honor, not to mine.
oh,
Judge, I would just ask that
We
we,
can keep things moving. Ms.
Thank
Merchant,
you.
next question,
Thank you.
please.
under the 10 Commandments, thou shalt not fuck another woman's wife, bitch. What the fuck she think? Fuck that law. We talking 10 Commandments, Book of Moses, Book of Eli. Someone give me a amen. Who the fuck she think she is?
okay, so we've confirmed when you met.
We don't do our friends' husbands. We don't do our friends' boyfriends. Never. That's what a lady once told me. We don't do each other's
After that,
boyfriends.
isn't it true?
No, I need to explain this, and I think I get to explain my answers. When I met him, Judge Reeves introduced us. He handed me his business card. I'm unsure if I handed him my business card, but we exchanged information. He said, if you ever need any help, give me a call. And he walked to
If you ever need the pussy, the dust knocked off that pussy, just give me a call.
the parking lot.
You better call time.
So after that, you started dating shortly thereafter, correct?
A lie. That's one of your lies.
Do you know Robin Yurdy?
I know her as Robin Bryant. I knew her. So Robin did not go to my college. She went to the college of, I went to Howard University. She went to Morgan State. I
Okay,
met her
now we
through
know
some
her
people I knew.
college, Howard
In college, we hung out.
University hoe. Not funny, just saying. Oh, let me see the shit. Does she know Diddy? She was at the Diddy parties allegedly? Biggie. Remember Biggie? How a homecoming with me and my man Capone dumb and fucking something. Remember this? You may know my stilo. So she from Howard Homecoming, my man Capone. What he said? That's yeah. She's a Howard Cone, a Howard Homecoming queen. That's DC, y'all.
A bit, not much because she was in Baltimore and I was in Washington, D.C., but we hung out a bit. After college, I lost contact with her. I probably didn't see Robin again until maybe 7 or 8 years ago, a chance meeting here in Atlanta, but we did not have a consistent relationship from when I left college and came to Emory Law School here in Atlanta. But 8 to 10 years ago, just by happenstance, I ran into her. So she was in Atlanta.
You have been friends with Robin for 30-something years.
Did you hear my answer, madam?
Yes, and I'm asking if you've been friends with her for 30-something years.
I've known her for 30-something years. We certainly hung out and partied together in college. She was from the D.C. area. She would come home, we'd party together. Wasn't close.
Look
but
at her. Yeah, right, you lying bitch. Yo, this is crazy, yo. This is what you call, guys, education at one of its highest levels, right? This is I'm quite sure every college student is studying. This is how you study a debate, right? This is how you study the force of law, right? Does that make any sense? No, it doesn't. But this is how you see. You can pretty much tell. This is I can't determine the age of Whitey. I don't know the age of Blackie, but I do know these bitches is challenging themselves on an academic level right now. This is amazing. This is amazing. I'm loving it.
But she was certainly in the girlfriends that partied together. And then,
And
like I
me
said,
being a black man, I know what Fani's thinking. Look at this white bitch with her fake breast sitting up there thinking she's goddamn Barbie. Look at Fani's face. Her whole face says everything that every black person is thinking.
I ran into her about 10 years ago in Atlanta, Georgia. But we didn't talk throughout that time period. I didn't see her. I didn't even know where she was. When I ran into her, I was surprised she was in Atlanta. And so, yes, I have known her probably since 1990, 1991.
Diddy
but we
parties.
have not maintained a consistent relationship that whole time.
For the last 10 years or 5, whatever you'd like to classify it as, have you been friends with her?
I have not spoken to Robin in
20 years,
over a
bitch.
year. I certainly do not consider her a friend now. I think that she, there's a saying, no good deed goes unpunished. And I think that she betrayed our friendship.
So let's narrow it down, the timeline now. So my questions are going to be from the time period of 2019 until she no longer was employed for you, the last time you all talked. So all of my next questions are just focused on that time frame, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Up until she left your office.
Yes, ma'am.
During 2019, you all were friends, correct?
Yes, we knew each other in 2019.
During 2020, you all were friends, correct?
We were friends during that time period.
During 2021, you all were friends, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And such good friends that when you needed a place to stay, you asked her if you could take over her lease.
That's a lie.
You did
That's
not move into her apartment?
I
or her
did, but
condo?
that's not the way you characterize it is wrong.
I asked if you could take over her lease.
I did not ask if I could take over her lease.
Did you move into her apartment?
I moved into her condo in April of 21. The circumstances around that were that Robin met her husband. They wanted to move into another and separate place. She wanted to get rid of her condo. My father was living with me at the house. Because of this case and because of my stance on gangs, my life was being threatened regularly. My father urged me to leave our home. At the same time, as luck would have it, Robin wanted to give up her lease because she wanted to move in with this new man she met, who eventually became her husband. And so, as life circumstances worked, my dad was begging me to leave the house. He was afraid for me, afraid for his grandchildren. She wanted someone to take over her lease so that she didn't, have to pay a fee or get abandoned. And so, I don't remember when, but probably March or April of 21, I moved in and take over her lease.
And did you pay her or did you pay the leasing agent?
No, I don't even know who the leasing agent was. I paid her.
You paid her. Did you pay her cash or did you use a card?
There were some times that I would give her cash, and mostly I paid her via Cash App. That would be the most convenient thing. So I would not only give her rent, but then like when the utilities would come in, whatever the utility was, she might be like, I need $70, I need $100, whatever it was. And we never had a problem with money. Whatever she told me it was, I never asked to see a bill. I never questioned her. I just gave it to her.
What percentage would you say you paid cash versus Cash App?
Oh, the vast majority was Cash App. I don't know what percentage, I'm not gonna guess that, but the vast majority was Cash App. But there would be times she would say, you know, this bill came in at $70, here goes $70.
Did you have a monthly rent amount that you paid her?
I can't remember, it was $1,500 I can't remember what it was. And it would vary, which I don't understand to this day, but like I said, I never questioned her.
When did you move out?
She said it was, that's what I paid.
When did you
I
move out?
abruptly moved out in February, either late January or early February of 22.
Of 22.
Yes,
February 2022, is that what you said?
January, February of 22. I believe it is January, but I paid her half the rent of February of 22 is what I remember. And because I was.
So now we know Fani Willis was paying $1,500 a month to live in a Atlanta condominium. So guys, for all you guys that want to go to ATL, 1,500, you be in a motherfucking condo. Come on, Fani, tell us more.
Dollars of my personal money out of my retirement, and that money ended up being lost. And I know when you bet on yourself, you're going to have to bet money on yourself. And so what I was talking about was not wanting to go through the personal financial expense of running for office. By no means did I think that I was going to be financially in a bad position once I won. Let's talk about what I was up against, because it's important to understand that comment. I had a district attorney who had been here for 24 years. People, no, it's very relevant as to what my mindset was about this. So I'm trying to answer your question. So what I was saying is
Tailored solely to finance.
Right, but it is about my finances. If I didn't, nobody put me in this seat. So I had already run for office once. I had spent $50,000 of my own money running, and it was vamoose, nothing. And so when I'm talking to those offers, I'm talking about the contemplation of the sacrifice of the run, not the sacrifice of once you become DA. The odds were against me. I was likely going to lose the election based on who I was running against. So that needs to be in the appropriate context.
Isn't it true that the authors also wrote, and you can dispute this if you'd like, that you were broke after that race?
Ooh.
The 2018 race.
Yes.
Yeah, that was a hard race. I wasn't broke like I didn't have any.
They try to find incentive for her to be stealing $1 million that allegedly she stole. But we know she stole that woman's husband.
So broke is relative to depending where you are, but that hurt to lose that $50,000. So I'm sure my mental mindset was like, I just gave $50,000 away.
Right. So they characterized it from their conversations with you that you were broke, you had poured your own money into the campaign, and you weren't able to pay your own bills because of your clients couldn't pay their bills to you, and you had a paltry array of family and asset forfeiture cases. It says you were trying to make it month to month. Is that an accurate depiction of your financial situation at that point?
I would want to read that, but I don't remember clients not being able to pay their bills. Or
May I approach, Judge?
you can.
You may.
She got the proof, guys.
I have not read this book.
And she got the glasses. She look good with the glasses, guys.
So like this fact here, her ex-husband Fred had run into a financial. I have no information about that.
I just asked about what they represent.
Bitch, I didn't ask you about all of that, okay, nigger?
It was broke, and that you had clients that weren't able to pay their bills.
Can you show me where that is? Because this is where you put the tab. So
Can you
that's where I
please
read.
show me?
Broke, couldn't pay their bills.
Yeah,
Ooh.
I'm sure I characterized myself as broke as leaving that $50,000. I don't know that I had her nascent law practice at paltry array.
Well, you just
I didn't have,
Ms. Murphy.
I thought I had a law practice. So this is not correct. I'm sure it's just, I didn't have any asset forfeiture cases.
Yo, what type of shit is this? Yo, Judge, may I approach? Yo, she's up in the face. This is what you call staring a nigga down. This bitch is up there with, we want to smoke, we want to smoke.
So I had one case where they had took one of my clients' money at the airport. I don't know if that's what they're I don't know. Paltry array. I did have family law cases. I guess that's what they're talking about. And clients who couldn't pay their bills ain't clients, so no.
So my question was just if this was a fair and accurate representation where it says you were trying to make it month to month at that point in time.
No, I don't think that that is actually a fair and accurate representation, but I am certain that after the 2018 election, I'm still not really happy about having given up that $50,000.
You know when you paid your tax lien?
I don't.
You don't?
Hey, let's get to the mystery man. Well, not really the mystery guy, but let's get to the guy who left a good wife to get caught up in this bullshit. What's this motherfucking nigga name? Nathan Wade. My brother, my brother.
Where you lay your
my
head?
brother.
Do they take you to and from where you lay your head?
99% of the time.
Would they take Mr. Wade?
99% of the time. Yo, this fucking lawyer is hard. They asking her, did she do Wade on the first night? The disrespect. The total disrespect. Look at my boy Nathan. I'm up here, baby girl. I got you. I got you. What girls say they want? What you call that?
Submitted proof of one flight that she paid for in full. That's all I'm asking. Correct?
With the explanation. Yes, ma'am.
ATL Georgia.
All I needed. You said in the affidavit that you roughly shared travel, though, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So this roughly sharing travel, you're saying she reimbursed you.
She did.
And where did you deposit the money she reimbursed you?
Back
Oh,
to her.
cash. She didn't give me any checks.
So she paid you cash for her share of all these vacations.
Mr. Schaefer, you'll step out if you do that again.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And so all of the vacations
Look,
that she
look, the
took,
picture.
she
Look,
paid you
take the
cash
picture.
for.
Take the picture. Take the picture.
Yes, ma'am.
Who the
And
fuck is
you
Mr. Schaefer? That's
purchased-
the guy right there. Who is this lady right here? Yo. Shit.
All of these
Yo,
vacations
she wasn't gonna
on
let
your
Mr.
business
Schaefer
credit
get
card,
out of
correct?
here.
Yes, ma'am.
Who?
And you included those in deductions on your taxes, correct?
Oh, Mr. Schaefer might
No,
be
you did
shaking his
not.
head.
No, ma'am.
Okay.
Oh, they ordered in the motherfuckers.
We'll get to that in just a minute then. Let's see. So the only thing that you have actual documentary proof, not cash, is this one receipt that you attached to the affidavit. Is that correct?
Your Honor, I object to that question. That is a mischaracterization of the assertion that is in the affidavit.
I'm
So
asking,
then he can deny it. I think he can fend for himself. Ms. Merchant.
is this the only written proof that you have of a trip she paid for?
That I have?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So you submitted the one piece of written evidence that you have that she paid for something. Everything else is in cash. Is that accurate?
No.
That's not accurate. Okay. Please tell me, what other receipts do you have then that show that she paid for things?
I don't have them.
Okay. So this is the only receipt that you have to show that she paid for travel.
That I have. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Okay. In your divorce case, you filed a domestic relations financial affidavit, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. The first one you filed was in January 2022, right?
Thereabout. Yes, ma'am.
And those are under oath?
Yes.
Okay. And you also filed corporate taxes in 2022, correct?
Did.
Okay. And tell me about your business. Do you have a partnership or are you a solo practitioner?
As it stands today,
Yes.
so today, I have a separate PC. My law partner has his own separate PC.
Okay.
So, but we're under the same umbrella, under the same roof. So we share expenses, we share income, and we split it.
So are you a partnership?
We are a partnership in the sense of we share expenses, we share income.
Are you registered with
Right, this nigga ain't answering the question properly. See. Let me speak, ladies and gentlemen. Now, this nigga got on this beautiful, nice three-piece suit, right? He got the suit that allegedly they stole the money from the state of Georgia instead of doing the right thing, misappropriating the funds. See, if she wasn't fucking them, they would have been able to get away with robbing motherfucker, stealing the money. But this bitch want to fucking fuck this nigga. He want to fuck her. They want to steal the money. Then you want to blame Trump for stealing an election. So this is what happens. They like, nigga, since you trying to hide us up from stealing the election, we gonna expose that y'all stealing money and fucking. Doesn't take rocket science.
the state of Georgia as a partnership?
So, the WBC firm that included myself, Terrence Bradley, and Christopher Campbell, we were registered with the Secretary of State as a partnership
Right.
for a short period of time.
That
When
was dissolved, though, right, in 2023?
I'm going to object to the witness answer his question.
Mr. Wade, do you have something else to add there?
I did, when
Why you smiling? This ain't not a joke.
things happened and we excused Mr. Bradley from that partnership, it left Christopher Campbell and myself. So now you have two separate PCs under the same umbrella, sharing expenses and income.
Okay. So
And pussy.
let me just narrow down my questions then. Are you registered? And have you been registered
As a
at any
sex
time
offender.
in the state of Georgia
As a
as
cheater.
Wade
Has you been registered as a cheater or habitual fucker of Fani Willis?
and Campbell?
Wade, no ma'am.
You've
Okay.
never been registered as a partnership.
As Wade and Campbell, no
Wade
ma'am.
and Campbell,
That-
yes, thank you.
But
That
as-
mean you wasn't legit, nigga. That's what she trying to say. You get where I'm coming from? So this is what happened when it ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun. And I want to interject, Your Honor. Let me speak. I'll take it over from here, Whitey. Listen, motherfucker. This nigga right here think he's slick with his shiny bald head and his three-piece suit. Nigga, you cheated on your wife with the DA. You thought you was going to step it up in the game. He thought he was moving up the ladder, guys. This nigga moved his ass into a fucking testimony hot seat. Now you got audited. That pussy was not worth it, and you know it. Nigga sat there was fucking the supervisor, trying to step up in the game. He thought he was going to be the first man in the White House. Sit your black ass down, is what Trump and his $1 billion law team is telling you. See, this is what happened, man. See, ladies, who's sitting back loving everything? The wife, but maybe not because this nigga. So we just heard him say that they got a divorce for some domestic financial shit, some law that we never heard of. So that sounds like a nigga saying, man, we can't come to terms financially, so I'm out. One day after he got hired to work for Fani. This is a smooth nigga, but he got caught. So now they all in your fucking business now. So what happens is, guys, so in other words, for all you criminals out there, or just anybody who's had to face issues in court, the roles is reversed. Now they in your business. And he don't even know. In other words, Young Thug is facing trial. Everybody up there getting pressured that's on the stand, right? But guess who's getting pressured now? The DAs. And one thing about it, they know that they don't know what the fuck evidence or what the hell the government got. But what it looks like is if your business and your paperwork and all your transactions is not in order, then something not correct. And let me add something to that. I'm a business owner, American Made LLC. Every transaction that me as a business owner want to make, I want it to be recorded. It's mad weird to hear DAs doing so many cash transactions. Like this nigga saying he have no record of nothing. Everything was a cash transaction. Now, as if it's a cash transaction, and you guys are DAs though, and like that's a little weird to me. Only way you do cash is when what? You're not trying to report the money, guys. Obviously. So why wouldn't you want to report some money? And then she had you as the highest paid nigga. You was kicking back the money to her, and that's where the problem comes from. And you guys would have got away with it if you wouldn't have cheated on your wife. Number one, and then you slept in the bed with. Listen, you could have cheated on your wife, but you cheated on your wife with the fucking supervisor, a lady that smiled in your wife's face more than likely. You telling your wife you're going to work and the only thing you're doing is working in Fani's drawers. Black men ain't shit, ladies. And I'm a man telling you, because I ain't shit.
Wade Bradley Campbell, yes, ma'am.
Wade Bradley Campbell was registered on April 1st, 2021, and administratively dissolved on September 8th, 2023, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
2 years after.
Other than that partnership, you have always been registered as law office of Nathan Wade,
Yes, ma'am.
not with Chris Campbell.
Correct.
Thank you. So the affidavit that you filed in your divorce case, the first one in 2022,
Yo, you get to hear about people
I
personal
think I'm up
business.
to number 7. I'm going to just show you, give you a group of exhibits so we don't have to go back and forth. I'm marking the 2022 as 7. I'm marking the 2024 as 8. I'm marking the credit card statements as 9, and your taxes as 10.
Ooh.
Okay.
I object to taxes, because of the relevance of them at this point. The relevance of this entire business structure doesn't seem clear to me as either impeaching or relevant to the issues that the court.
Bitch, you should have been said all of that shit, bitch. It's a little too late for that, buddy pals. Now the IRS is listening, stupid bitch.
Under the court's consideration, but insofar as we're talking about tax returns and other things like that, certainly that's should be redacted.
Yo, look at the guy
And,
right there. Look at the guy right there with the that look like George Washington. Who the hell does she think she is? Yo, I don't know who. Yo, look, all I see is white suits in the back, and I thought Georgia was black, but I don't see no niggas in that courtroom except the niggas. Where, guys? Where's the niggas at? On the stand. And guess who's questioning all the niggas? A bunch of white people. You see this shit? So no matter who you think you are, how high a government official you think you are, right? No matter how. So in other words, no matter how much you think that you are upholding a justice system that don't uphold you or don't respect your ass, you end up like Fani and Mr. What the fuck his name is? Let's look at his fucking name. The fucking cheating motherfucker. Motherfucker cheated on his damn wife, Mr. Nathan Wade. No one is above white law. I'm telling you, man, it is what it is. They supposed to be. It ain't no fun when the whitey got the gun. So that's the story of Fanny, and what the fuck is his name again? Baldhead Nathan Wade, the cheaters. To steal, yo, if you lie, you steal. If you steal, you kill. If you're a thief, you're a thief. If you're a cheat, you're a cheat. And now the white man's up their ass. Stay out of other people's business, and other people's business won't be in yours.